Hi, welcome to Mondays with Mira, and we've got one for the boys today. And there's a big push in education to get boys reading more. The other thing is that editors will often say, well, you know, girls will identify with boys, but boys won't identify with girls. But that's a little research project. Are there more books with girl characters or more books with boy characters? So, boys are best. So we start off and we've got all these fun character sketches. And the way the art is done, it's acrylic paint and it's got underpainting. So there's a dark blue underneath and then there's a grey blue that's painted on top. And then it's either sanded back a little or it's done using dry brush. And a dry brush is a brush that has no water, it's just the paint, so it's nice and dry. And this is fairly monochromatic, meaning it's, you know, nearly all one color except for the yellow highlights around the characters. Oh, and then the other thing too is it's got that sketchy drawing look because the characters are just line art, they're not filled in. So let's see what we have, and they're very funny. So it starts off, boys are best, girls are silly. And look how huge that type is. And these kids are sitting up in bed and they're talking, they're telling each other how boys rule, basically. They spend all day combing their doll's hair. And then here's their idea of what girls do. And look at the fabulous color choices. There's that, you know, bluey gray underneath, maybe a little brown. And then there's a sort of lemony yellow on top. This would be probably a burnt sienna with a light portrait pink. And just really fun color combinations. And I think the underpainting works really well in this. And changing their doll's clothes on and off, on and off. Don't you love that fat little belly there, how adorable it is? On, off, on, off, on, off on. Very naughty, huh? So this was not originally published in the US. It was published elsewhere. Because US publishers are a little fearful of stuff like showing butt cracks and, you know, anything that might be seen as sexual or risque or something like that. But if it's a proven element elsewhere, then they might pick it up here. And we'll talk about that in a little when we go back to where the information about the book is. Girls take their silly teddy bears to bed with them every night because they are so scared. Girls are such scaredy cats. Check out the shadows that happen behind the bed, and all these little details make it come alive. What else is happening in this picture? We've got ghosts on the sheets. We've got this very muted palette. And even the skin tone is muted. And I'd say, you know, it's got some burnt umber, burnt sienna, some light portrait pink, maybe even a little Naples yellow. But it's just really fun. There's a bit of outlining, and the outlining's got some red in it and some black. So it's very loose, very free, very wild. That really befits the story. Yeah, when they're really scared, they wet their pants. Uh-huh. And just, I mean, very, very sophisticated colors. That muted pink and the muted blue here, and how it contrasts with this very muted, you know, yellowy, greeny brown color over here. Girls are even scared of ghosts. This one looks like he grew a few more teeth overnight. Consistency. Very hard to do, but very important. Ghosts? There are no such things as ghosts, right? And can you guess what's going to happen? Yeah, they get scared. And look how expressive that is. And have you also noticed the changes in font size throughout? And the font size changing gives us great directions in terms of how to read it. Big, read it out loud. Small, okay. So they get scared. They have to go to the bathroom because they don't want to pee themselves like girls do. And then Big Sis comes in and reassures them and says, boys are so silly. And look at those luscious colours. They're like gelato ice creams. And there it is. So it's a lovely book. It's not real deep. I mean, it does have some underlying message that, you know, things are not always what they seem, that sexism is silly, that, you know, boys get scared too, that girls can be brave. It's a lovely story. So, and let me look up here if we can find some information about the book. So the first American edition was published in 2007 by Boxer Books Limited. It was first published as Echte Kerl by Bajazo Verlag, Zurich. And it was written and illustrated by Manuela Olten. So there it is, you know. Super sweet, super fun book. Thank you, Manuela Olten. Thank you, Boxer Books. Thank you, Marge, for filming. That's it for now. Bye.